This video is all about transformers. At its core, a transformer transforms one voltage into another. For example, we use transformers that take the 120 circuit and change it into 24 volts. So this thing that I'm poking at is a circuit breaker. Not every transformer will have one of these, but it's actually a useful tool for troubleshooting. So if you ever come into a building and say the power's off and then you go look at the transformer, you're not getting power out of the transformer. One of the first things I would do would be press this button and make sure it's not tripped. If it's tripped, you'll actually hear a physical click as it goes inside, and if it's not tripped, you won't have that. All right, so this shows the wiring for the entire transformer. This one has a possibility of being hooked up to 3 different high voltage inputs and then putting out 24 volts on the other side. If you see here, we can get 120 volts, 280 volts, or 240 volts. And depending on what kind of circuit you're going to hook up to, if we look at the back at the 120, the colored wires are right next to it. So 120V BLK-WHT. BLK stands for black, WHT stands for white. So you would hook up the black and the white wire to a 120 volt circuit. As would you for the 208, you would put it to the red and the white wire. And 240 would be yellow and white. But most cases, you'll see that they just run 120 volts to the panel. So most situations you would do black and white with this specific transformer. And then on the other side, where you would actually hook up your controllers to get power, would actually be down here where it says 24V. This is a 75 VA transformer. We'll explain that a little bit. And then it's orange, ORN, and brown, BRN, is what you'd be seeing. So that 70 VA part, that's how much power it can put out for a certain amount of distance. So the higher that number is, the more controllers you can actually connect to this transformer. Whereas if you had a lower number, say like 50, you wouldn't be able to put as many controllers on it. Most of the times we use only 100 VA transformers, and most of the times if you're running VAV controllers, you can probably, I think our standard right now is 5 controllers per transformer. And then if you're running stuff like FECs or some other more power hungry controllers, you might actually want to step it down a couple more controllers. It all depends on the job site though. So here I'm just kind of showing the wires to you. So that would be our 120 right there. Black and white, I'm pointing at it right now. 120. That's what you would normally use. And then the other two important ones are the 24 volts, which go to the actual controller. Okay, and then these last two, the red and the yellow, are used for 208 and 240, and they are not used, so it's just those four that you need for this. Wire up all 4 of those, and you got power.